Anyways, that's it. So it's Rhino versus Max. Also, I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
There's going to be dramatic tension for Yasha's character unveiling.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, it's... Okay, yeah, it is.
Oh, wait, what the...
Clothes are way too
oh,
big. Is that the discount
That was the...
file?
Oh, my bad. There we go. Okay, that said, these are not flipped over.
Yeah.
I'm currently thinking, because I might switch my white card.
What could it be?
Boo!
What? How was that boo? It wasn't even a joke.
Are you doing like a what and white thing?
No. I drew
I'm
a
sorry.
green Riddler question mark.
I'm sorry, I'm tired. We've been recording for a while.
Dramatic tension.
I'm back. Sorry about that. So Rhino is in the lead now.
Is everyone back from their dramatic tease?
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm here.
God, I'm... You okay, Max?
Yep. I'm just already accepting Rhino's win.
Are you...
'Cause I'm a bit fucked.
Don't be like that, Max. I
You're
thought I was
butt-fucked,
fucked
what?
too.
Yeah, because we helped you. I helped you, in fact.
I even offered! Like, I was helping as well, and I was fighting you! I want you to have a fighting
You'd be
chance.
surprised he'll help you, Max. Give it a
Is
shot.
Joe back?
Hey, I'll
Is Joe
help
back?
you too.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
don't know. Okay.
Okay. Alright. I have
John Cena!
Colossus.
Ooh.
Now we get to be curious about which one.
You got to flip all yours over first, so...
All right.
Leeches opponent's health when touched.
Ooh.
You-
Oh no.
this is the most anticlimactic thing ever.
You know what?
I'm shocked
Like,
that's a
I
card.
legitimately... Honestly, I want to say that... Guys, should we vote to just, like, veto that card? Because that card sucks.
No, that's unfair to the RNG of the game. That's the whole point of it.
But at the same... But, like, that literally makes it so that it's impossible to win. Like, that is a
Not
instant lose
exactly.
card.
No, yes, exactly. A pacifist will not kill.
A
Well,
pacifist
In
will
fact,
not kill.
a pacifist will not fight.
So, they stand there defending, and then we come into the lifespan thing.
Shout out the
And-
Colossus, go!
No, but wait. First off, Max, did you decide with Colossus?
I don't know any Colossus except the one from Deadpool.
Okay, so that'd be X-Men on Colossus.
Well,
Unless you guys want to suggest.
any Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus, they're all literally tall, like 20 stories tall.
They are 20-story tall giants that, from
Well,
what I
most
know,
of them
live
are.
forever. Well, can
I
live
don't-
forever. They can be killed if they have a very specific weak spot struck with, I believe it was a very specific sword. But other than I said, I believe
Rhino's the one who's
Pokemon-
played the game, and he's fighting me. So.
I haven't played
I've
the game.
watched
I've
it.
watched it.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see.
Well,
We've got giant flying dragons. We've got mountainous beasts. I'm looking at like a bunch of these things right now, and they're
From Shadow of the
insane.
Colossus?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, they're pretty
they're-
insane.
the problem is, though, he's like whatever we choose is a pacifist.
Because the thing,
Yes.
That's
you
this,
can only
this is why.
you can only do passive movements. What do we just consider a big giant hug? Removes health when touched.
In
You
that
can literally
case,
hug him to death.
You could hug them to death, Max. And because it's a thing, Oh, holy shit, you can win this. You can just hug them to death.
Yeah, I think that's the reason for the pacifist card. It makes you defeat them in an unusual way.
I guess.
If it wasn't for the leech,
I mean,
thing, that
actually,
passive
wait a
would have
minute,
been
wait a minute.
loss.
Wait a minute. I leech opponent's health when touched no matter what you do. If it involves touching me, all I do is take your health and replenish whatever you take away, and then I take your health.
There you go.
And all you can do is hit me with claws!
To be fair, those were laser. Well, we're getting into debate. So, have you decided on your actual character?
Will you pick a Shadow of the Colossus? I'm actually send you an image.
I don't know what the Colossi are, so I feel like I can't pick one.
Here, pick one of these.
I want to use one of those, but...
Pick one of these. They're all mountainous.
And, yeah.
I assume you're ignoring, like, those two tiny ones.
The white thing at the very front for scale.
How big would you say they are?
Okay, just to give you a scale, that at the very edge, that white thing, that's a horse with a guy riding on it that is standing on its rear legs. An average-sized horse.
I don't know who the guy on the far right is.
No, far left.
Far left,
No,
sorry.
no, I mean far right.
Oh, you mean the big guy far right.
Yeah.
He's like basically a stationary thing. So
Give him like a
he's
living
built into
tower.
this. Yeah, a living tower, basically.
Honestly, your best bet would just be to go with the giant flying Leviathan thing.
Yeah, I'll go with the guy at the giant-ass dragon at the very top. I am that Colossus.
I can't even remember that one. Christ.
Is he the flying one with air sacs?
Yes, looks to be.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Just because of how I am at this point, I feel like I only have one thing to say, and then at that point, I'll just try to counter anything Rhino says, so this might be a short debate. If you ever touch me, all I do is take your health, and hitting me with claws, because they are lasers, but they are still coming out of you, they count as they're still attached to you, so you would still be touching me. And I'm gonna come hug you now.
To further that statement, when I hear laser claws, I picture they're basically like lightsaber claws. Also,
Still attached.
due to your nature of you only having two legs that could potentially have these laser claws, you'd be basically leaving yourself standing on one leg trying to swipe. Possible because it's a machine, it could have the perfect correction, but that would be really hard, especially when you're trying to be hugged.
All right, so
Assuming that
on to
hug
the
does
actual
not bind your
debates.
fort limb.
Yeah, actual debate.
Yep, so at this point, it's just Rhino's gonna say stuff, and I'll try to counter it. I got nothing else.
So, when it goes on leeches opponent's health when touched, I am thinking something similar to Pokemon Direct Attack rules. So, like, if you make physical body contact, it counts. Now, as for the lightsaber claws, admittedly, I'm not sure personally how to count that. Obviously, I would rather it didn't. Josh would rather it did. So I'm going to leave that up to the voters' interpretation of if you have a lightsaber coming out of you and it touches someone, are you touching them? So that's on you three.
All right.
I'm gonna go find a quarter. You guys,
not right now though.
Pick that first.
Yeah, that's just kind of my opening statement. Secondly, I was looking up some basic information about the Liger. First of all, holy shit, you'd be surprised how fast this thing is, but also toning it down a bit for the fact that it only has 2 legs instead of 4 now, because it's bipedal. Even if I cut the speed in half, this thing still goes almost 100 miles an hour. So I think, if you'll let me talk,
You had paused.
to breathe.
I thought that was an acceptable chance to ask a yes or no question.
Anyways, also bearing in mind that speed is based off its original size, and it actually has gotten a bit bigger. Is it then?
That's what she
Anyways, so I would think that because of its strong, muscular Viking legs, it has a fair jump. And I don't know exactly the limits of how far those air stats can carry that Colossus, but remembering the game itself and how little tiny arrows kind of punctured it and it just went pfft, I'm imagining it maybe not could go too high because of its mass. So using my manly legs, I'm going
manliness.
my basic thing is going to be basically springing up or also getting running jumps to try and slice those air sacs to get him down on my level, or I will be stabbing him with my lightsaber claws, and I'm going to be hoping the fact that I am a machine means that health drain may not do too much on me, considering, again, I'm working from a crew who is not actually touching him. So, again, that's going to be something I'm going to leave to the voters.
I will say one thing, just like, I understand still whether or not it counts as touching, therefore allowing me to leech is up to them. This is a factual statement, though. Your robot has health because it can be destroyed.
It's biomechanical.
Yeah, so therefore it would have health, and if the Liger itself is destroyed, your crew, even if your crew is still alive, that's not going to matter, because the Liger is my target.
That's fair enough. When
That's
I thought
all I'm
health,
saying.
I was thinking biological health, and so that it was machine. I thought might give me a little bit of an edge there, but I get what you mean. Especially because
like
it's also
biomechanical thing?
because of the whole Viking legs thing.
No, not even. It's classed as a biomechanical thing, but the Viking makes it even more bio.
Okay, I get that far. Okay.
Okay, anyways.
I will just continue saying that the claws are on the actual Liger part, not the Viking part. All right. So, anyways, jumping, slashing, stabbing with lightsaber claws, and I believe that will pretty much wrap up how my plan of attack is with this particular battle.
With me, it would pretty much just be... It's going to be down to the voters, because it's pretty much just going to be, as you attempt this, I will leech your health. With how big the Colossus is, I'm pretty sure... I'm running on the assumption here. When it says leeches opponent's health when touched, I'm assuming that's basically, as long as you're touching me, I am draining your health at the same rate, if not faster, than you are dealing damage to me. Therefore, by attacking me with something that touches me, literally all it accomplishes is killing yourself. So therefore, I am pretty much saying that this match probably comes down to whether or not the lightsabers count as touching me. Also, if you don't do that, I'ma hug you to death.
Okay, I have come across some sudden new information. Because I actually went and bothered looking up what weapons I have besides strike laser claws, because that is my signature move. I have guns.
I'm a dragon that can avoid.
I have at least a AZ 208mm double-barreled shot cannon, and also a 108mm high-density beam gun. So you know what? I'm gonna use those and shoot your ass out of that damn sky. Shoot your sacks, so you're just kind of grounded. Because from what I remember of that game, that thing basically can just fly. And assuming it can wrap around you in a hug, because that's what it can do, but it relies on its air sacs to fly. And if a little guy on a horseback can shoot you with an arrow
I
in your
get
sacs,
it, Rhino. I get it. I got it 5 minutes ago.
I just started, damn it, and we're still in the debate. Okay.
You said what your guns were, and then I said you win.
Well, I didn't hear that, okay? Excuse me for going on about it, but it's not up to you, it's up to the voters. Anyway, so, I'm gonna shoot those air sacs, I'm gonna ground you, and I'm gonna continue shooting you. And if you get close to hug me, I'm gonna stab you with my laser claws.
Alright.
End statement.
Anything else?
Guess I'll die.
I'm good.
Jiro?
Like, again, it's just if I get stabbed and that counts as touching, I can kill him, and that's all.
I'm
Pacifist.
well, we're going to voting because I have nothing to say.
Yeah, that's where I was asking you if you have anything to add in.
Oh no.
Peter?
I do not have anything to add, though I do want to make this statement. I say next time we play this that we just veto the pacifist card from the beginning, because that's still very bullshit.
Could I understand if we're not applying it, could I see what I would have gone if we vetoed pacifist?
Let's do 2 votes on that, yeah, but we'll take the one in the end for this as the pacifist one, yeah. Okay?
What does that mean?
So okay, so basically the one that actually counts for the points is the one that counts pacifist, but we'll vote on both assuming Max had pacifist or not. Like, we'll do
Okay.
2 votes.
If
If Max has pacifist, which is the one that counts, and then one if Max hadn't had pacifist, would he have won?
So it's a theoretical.
Yeah.
should I flip
Yes.
it?
Flip it.
Flip it. Shoots laughing gas.
Well then.
At least I wouldn't be a pacifist.
That's also fair. Alright, so,
Who's
bearing
voting
that in
first,
mind, Yash, would you like to point out voter order, or would you want me to?
Let's just go clockwise from us. So Jero, Silver, Peter.
Alright, so first vote is going to be actual vote, second vote is theoretical non-pacifist vote.
Yep. Jero?
For both, I'm giving them both to Josh.
So me?
Yeah, to Josh.
I'm not used to you saying Yosh.
It sounds like you keep saying Josh.
Yeah, it did for a moment.
Yeah, sorry, I meant, fine, sorry, to Max.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm confused, but, okay.
Honestly,
I'm the one who gave him the death hug idea. I gotta go with him.
honestly, hearing the info, I want to vote for you, Josh. I mean, Yash, but I have to.
All right, because of that, I get the vote because you keep fucking.
No. That was my first time. That was my first. I have to
Everyone
give it
does.
to Rhino.
Yay, guns.
Wait, what if I didn't have pacifist, I had laughing gas? What would it have been?
If you had laughing gas, you probably would have forced his entire crew, because that that giant mecha has ventilation, to laugh themselves to death and be unable to pilot the damn.
That plus his all mechanicals would have affected him somehow too.
We've already decided that if I had the laughing gas instead of pacifist, I would have won. So now we just see if I win with pacifist.
Right. Now, this is incredibly hard.
That's what she said.
You
Fuck
off. Saying right off the bat, without pacifist, I would still say that in this scenario it doesn't matter. So, I understand the point from last time, but in the end, your target is the Liger. Now, at the same time, this is where I get technical. Because the Liger is a machine, and if this was, for example, a Jedi wielding a lightsaber scenario, I would not count that as touching. But because the Liger has the physical, quote, lightsaber claws, I'd say that would count as touching for any of those attacks. The guns are a valid point. However, all of the Colossus have never died to a ranged attack. It's always been striking them physically in their weak point. You can wound them, yes. You can down them, yes. But every killed Colossus has been struck by a melee attack in the weak point, because their actual carapace is so hard. As a result, Max wins.
All right,
Wow.
I can accept that. That's a fair point.
Holy shit!
You're welcome, Max.
Thank you, everybody. Holy
I
shit!
legitimately was like, that was the closest one to date, I think. Like,
And I want to put out, I was torn between two, like for white cards. Here's the other one I was thinking of. Predator, not that kind. Now here's the reason. Now here's the thing. I went, and honestly, as I was not planning on just using whatever I found, I was looking to see if I recognized any from my little Zoids knowledge. I went to look up if there were any Zoids that could be considered predators that could defeat the Liger. I found nothing, so I went with Colossus because.
Also, when it says, I think for that one, for Predator not that kind, I think it's supposed to say not because no. I think it's supposed to say because this exact card is in the red deck, when I remember, that also has that red card for Predators. So that means I think it's supposed to mean that for the red card it says not meaning the movie Predator. I think this one's saying not meaning the sexual predator.
I'm glad I went with Colossus, though.
So, Max, if you had taken that and not had pacifist, you would have won instantly for me. And this is why. I would have suggested this. I'm posting it into the Discord now. That is a Predator from Hawken. This is a small, stupidly mobile mech that, by the way, can travel about 150 miles per hour and can turn completely invisible. And then has heat sensors for both mechanical things and actual heat separately. Has a grenade launcher which can blow other mechs apart in 2 shots, and also a piercing rail thing that can pierce through 4 mechs at a time in heavy armor.
I mean,
because of that pacifist card, you wouldn't have made it. So I'm happy you chose the Colossus.
Yeah, and I was just because I didn't know any Colossus. Rhino was right in that you would never know who's going to help you, because I was going to just go with X-Men Colossus just because I didn't care at this point. And then it was like, well, and Silver was like, well, I have all these Shadow of the Colossus creatures you can choose from.
I was going to suggest that too.
Now that the voting is over, I do have one quick question.
Yeah.
All right.
Peter, were you operating under the assumption that I couldn't pierce its hide with my guns? Because admittedly, you had to do it with melee attacks in the game, but you had a bow and arrow.
This is also what I want to state. 1, you said you had a laser.
One was a laser, and one was a different kind. I forget what I said, like Thunder Can or something.
Yeah,
but they both had no.
You said it was a 230 millimeter shotgun. And the way... Now, 230 millimeter is ridiculous, and holy shit. But because of its shotgun nature, it wouldn't have piercing power. And a laser works based on... From killing by heating something up to where it's killed. But of course it takes more body mass to heat something up. The more body mass, the harder it is to do that. And that Colossus is massive. So that laser would take a long time to do that. And at that point, he's probably shimmied over and hugged you.
Alright, I get that. That makes sense.
So, no.
Why are you so close to the mic now?
I very, very much took that into account. Don't think I didn't, because I can understand. But because you said shotgun, I did not imagine piercing power. Hence why I mentioned piercing power with the Predator mech. That's a thing that matters in my head. Can you pierce stuff?
Wait a minute. I never said shotgun.
You said shotgun.
No,
I heard
double-barreled shock cannon.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A shock cannon? Even then, that doesn't sound like it would have piercing power. That sounds like it would be, like, electrified rounds.
Alright, I get that, and I accept that. I'm just slightly correction because I never actually said the word shotgun.
That's
fine.
Okay. But even under that term, I still think Colossus would be fine, because that's a lot of skin and a lot of mass that you'd have to deal with at that point. And that's a lot of electricity you had to pump through it if it's shock rounds.
Also, I just realized, like, this is completely irrelevant and kind of random. It is now impossible for me and Rhino to fight each other for the win now, because unless one of us wins,
oh my god,
we're not going to get to be the champion again. So and Jero doesn't have enough people to fight in order to just retire and then have it pass on to me and Rhino. So so basically, it's going to come down to me and Rhino are going to have to fight whoever wins out of you three, and that's probably going to decide it unless we both lose.
So I'm going to say this right now. What time did we start? Let's see. What time?
4.5 hours ago.
4.5 hours.
Oh wait, actually just 4 because we had to delay a bit.
I'm just going to say we are not going to. I am not going to play Superfight again because A, it takes forever, and B, I'm enjoying this, but I know you guys are not enjoying whenever my time comes to debate.
Oh no, I'm having actually great fun with it.
Yeah, and actually, aside from the Google fight, which the Google versus Canada fight, which I feel because the ideas were so broad, made those arguments so ridiculous and far-stretching, I think the arguments have been fairly succinct.
Yeah, you've actually been pretty good about it, Max. Like, it was that one argument that was like, oh my god, this is going forever. But now it feels genuine, like we're taking the same amount of time. As well, at the time when that happened, it was also pretty skewed because we were having things which were so one-sided. It was like, oh my god. It turned into basically a Pokemon fire, water, grass scenario, and then you had one come up where it's psychic versus psychic.
Yeah, I felt I was really I was like, I gotta fight the entirety of Google. Here, I'm Michael Jackson, and also I'm part Canada.
And you were like, the game wants me to fight.
But
and then I lost anyway. But
it has been fun.
But yeah.
Are you still recording this?
Yes.
Okay.
We have
Max?
guys. We have videos till August.
Max, no. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to challenge you to this. Remember Rooster Teeth the movie? Well, Uno the movie?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I remember.
Oh no.
I don't know if we're entertaining
Superfight the
enough for
movie,
that.
Part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Superfight the movie. Here's the problem with that. Like, with Rooster Teeth, it's fine because they have 5 million computers. I have one computer.
Oh god, yeah, the rendering time.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Talking about how long this video is?
No, render,
sessions?
like he was suggesting
time,
that I
this
make
is
this
not
all be.
gonna
He was suggesting I make this all one video, but it's like back in D&D when I had to like edit slightly edit and then render that one part. It was like 3 to 4 hours long, and it took literally over 24 hours. This is over 4 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to be fair, I said Superfight the movie Part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
We'll see.
But
I'm
like,
probably gonna
if
split
you
it up
can-
normally.
If you can do something like that where it's at least larger things, that will be awesome, but I completely understand the rendering thing too, because I completely didn't think about that at first. But it would still be hilarious if we showed up with Superfight the movie.
Alright,
Because they're like, because I can imagine people reading that like, hang on, how long is this gonna take? That they have Superfight the movie part. Hang on, how did they do this with Superfight?
And first to 5 with only 5 people.
With first to 5 with 5 people, how did they make Superfight the movie? Like, I feel like at that point, you'd get views out of damned curiosity.
And then we lose
Alright,
them because of Jiro.
let's do it. Speaking of Jiro, let's move on to me versus Jiro.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's move on.
Jiro and I have to get back.
I love this game.
I'm like, okay, so what I have
Make
here, Jesus Christ.
Make sure to draw your extra black card.
Oh right. Thanks for reminding me.
I don't mean to sound like a dick job, but I'm hoping Max actually wins this because it means we can go and do our own things.
I'm so
we've been
hungry.
Doing this for 4
Yeah, fair enough.
I was hungry. I grabbed a bowl of cereal.
I haven't
not
seen my
going
mother in weeks.
I'm not going to let that be a factor, but I'm just saying that's a thing.
So
Next
what
up,
I have
we're doing
here-
Battle Royale.
what I have here for us is Master Chief.
Oh,
Nice.
good start.
Oh, we've already got good stuff.
Although I don't really know how many interpretations there are of that.
Can summon an army of internet trolls.
Oh god.
Oh no! I can see now. Shout out.
AKA Max's worst nightmare. And let's see what this random one is.
Is it?
Oh!
Wait, move your
Okay,
hand.
let
Move your hand.
steal
Oh,
one attribute.
no.
It says steal one attribute from opponent. Take
So
pass first, please.
you're his opponent. I think he's taking away your one way. Oh no.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just let's not bother. Jero wins because I literally can't do anything except touch him and then I die.
And he'll shoot the air sacs and
Moving
come up there
on.
and melee you to Oh fuck yeah, he did win.
Gut butted in.
Did win. If it wasn't
Moving
for the
on,
loss of
moving
that
on.
choice- I'm going to say that right now, Jero. If you didn't get that card, you would have lost because you would have had to get on him to melee him, and that's physical contact.
Yeah.
And it's worth noting. I was gonna say like an army of internet trolls, like they can actually do anything. They're all 5 years old.
Fair enough.
Now here's the thing: does he keep Leech's opponent? Does he keep Leech's opponent's health, or does he get to steal something from Silver?
No, it says discard after use. So I keep the the opponent's health.
I realize I've been muted for a while.
No, we still heard you. You only muted yourself momentarily.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Whoosh. Boom, boom.